mature eyes, hooded eyes, eyeshadow 101, I got ya. Hey everyone, it's Rebecca. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. Today we are talking eyeshadow, and since I am a 52-and-a-half-year-old, gotta throw in that half, I figured if you're like me and you're just kind of every day going, why does this eyeshadow not look the way I want it to? Maybe I can help you out. I definitely don't put my eye makeup on the same way I did when I was 20. And you know, and if you are and it's working for you, great. But if you're kind of looking for something else, I'm here. And today I am for today's look, wow, why is this so filthy? Wander Beauty has a new eyeshadow palette and they sent it to me, and it's the In Neutral. It is 10 shades of beautiful neutral shades, neutral browns and taupes and mushroom. What are we? And there's mattes and there's shimmers, and I think it's a beautiful palette. I love how it works, so I'm going to use that. I've applied shadow primer. I don't have any other makeup on except my eyebrows. I'm going to clip my bangs back. I have a number of shadow brushes, and I think that is key in terms of our conversation. If you're not familiar, BK Beauty, their Angie Hot and Flashy set is created with a more mature eyelid in mind. So the way the brushes are shaped for the shadow, they lend themselves to kind of a fluffy application on the upper lid. Yet and I know you guys think it's funny, isn't it funny? This e.l.f. fluffy brush works fabulously, and it's a very affordable brush you can get on their website at, you know, drugstores. And I find it to be just a perfect all-purpose brush. In fact, if you wanted to use this for other areas of the face, I would buy several backups. Another brush I love is this Sigma. This is a flat definer, and I like that it's flat and not angled. You can use an eyebrow shadow angled brush, but you can also use this one, and it is so good for applying detail, especially in like a darker shade. So here is an Angie Hot and Flashy brush. This is the A504. And do you see how small that is? Do you see how it's fluffy and soft, but it's small? And so that really lets you get in corners and do a little bit of detail work, do a little bit of, you know, just sort of a precise, more mindful application. You want to be careful when you're applying your eyeshadow. Okay, so here's another one. This is the A502, and it's slightly taller. You can see the difference, how this one is just a little, one is a little bit bigger. So when you are applying your eyeshadow, you want to remember that where you apply the shadow first is where the color is going to be more concentrated. The product is going to be more concentrated. Okay, let's go in a very, this has been like, I'm gonna hit pan on this shade very soon. Let's just put our brush in there. I feel like Bob Ross, okay. And because I'm going to follow my own instructions, and where I put my brush first is where I want product. Now, we used to think, well, let's just put it here, or, you know, like we want the dark on the outside, you know, Donna Mills and her eyeshadow, God love that, love it. Like, did I want the Donna Mills eyeshadow look? Yes, I did, still do, it's amazing. Okay, so we think about that look, and we think about how concentrated it is in the dark in the outer corner. When you have a mature kind of hooded, you know, when you've got a little more real estate and there is potential for it to look like it's sagging. It may not sag that much. We are talking millimeters, people, okay? But what happens is that you just get more and more product down too low, and then your eyes look just more, they're kind of shrinking down your face instead of bringing it up like a facelift. So that's why I start here. And I actually, because I've been contouring and you want to kind of anchor your nose, I like to go really high and kind of under the brow. And I guess you could connect it. I mean, we don't want to make it too, you know, like, I get it. It may not be your comfort zone, but do you see how I'm not like, I'm just sort of doing this, and it's giving the depth where the shadow goes. That's what's lifting. Because if you've got white, just a white shadow, it's going to look super heavy. So a little shadow above the center of the eyelid is what is going to make it look receded. What I wouldn't do is a frosty shade. Because a frosty shade is, again, it's gonna bring out that light and it's gonna attract light. So it might work against you. Yeah. Sorry. Why am I apologizing? Stop apologizing. Okay. And I'm going to use the definer brush. So any kind of short, denser brush, and go in with like a shade. So I'm going to go in with this shade Latte here. Go in with something a little bit darker than what you did the center with, or the same shade. But for the purpose of our exercise, I'm going to do it a little bit more deliberate and obvious. Here on the lower lash line, but do you see where it's kind of, shaded and where it's all naturally like where you would do like your white tight line or water line? Okay, so I'm gonna go underneath a little bit. Marilyn Monroe, like people in stage and screen from probably still to this day, but you fake, especially kind of like a Twiggy, if you picture how like Twiggy kind of faked that lower shadow underneath, and you can open up your eye and kind of lift it. So taking that shade, I am going like so, and I'm following the shape of the, and I'm also sort of instead, so where we put our corner, you know, so like I said, you don't want to have too much dark product right here because it's just going to kind of droop your eye down. If you use the line of the lower lash line in that direction, so you're just going to keep going, and that you don't even have to, you could even sort of buff that out with some concealer or something later, but that's kind of your guide. Like keep the shadow above this line so that your eyes don't get any kind of shadow product, you know. Now, if you wanted to do something more dramatic and cat eye or something else like a fox eye, go for it, you know. This is just sort of like easy. And then the other fun thing is if you fill in the upper lash line in the inside, you're faking the density of your lash, the base of your lashes. And I like to use shadow for this instead of pencil or liquid because mascara behaves better on top of it. When I use liquid, my lashes are just like, they curl up, and then when I put mascara on, they like misbehave. So you can also, I'm gonna do this a little bit more dramatically, and I'm gonna continue this line underneath here to keep without it looking too dark. All right, so do we see what I've done? Why am I so weird? I'm taking this LA Colors brush. It's such a phenomenal brush, and I am just blending that around. Okay. See that? How do we like? Wait till we get mascara. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And I said to avoid the frosty kind of shimmery shades sort of right here if you want to keep the lid from looking heavy. But I definitely love a little bit of shimmer on the lower lid right here, because golly, it's gorgeous, right? And some might transfer. So I love that. It kind of gives the center where your eyeball kind of has the most, because you know our eyes are kind of oval shape, so it gets a little bit like, it pops that. Also a little bit on the inner right there, and I could have gone in with it. So having a short kind of a pencil point is really helpful. And you can clean that up when you go in with your concealer, or you can, you know, do a little Q-tip. And then we're gonna do a little mascara. I'll come back. If you want to do a little bit of highlight right there, that's very pretty. And it will catch without being obvious. Okay, so I'm gonna put mascara on and we'll come back. I'm gonna finish my makeup and then, yeah. I am back. I have put on a little bit of blush and concealer and all that good stuff. The only thing I've changed is I have added mascara, and I love focusing my mascara in the center and outward, and then I don't put mascara on my lower lash line because I don't really have very good lashes down there. But I do think that helps my eyes from looking a little, I don't know, that's just me. But anyway, you can see how the lower lash line shadow is still giving a good definition without dragging down the eyes, without making the eyes look smaller. I think it kind of opens the eye up and gives it a little bit more distraction even from dark circles or eye bags. And so here I am. But it's such a great basic everyday or whatever you want to incorporate this as. I just think that it's something that works for me and I stand by. And if this is something that works for you, I'm so happy. I will leave links in my description box. If you shop from anything from those links, I do make a commission on it somewhere down the line. So I am disclosing that. And I really appreciate you watching. If this is something fun for you, you like content of a person like me, over 50, here on YouTube, talking about makeup and just kind of sharing the stuff, you know, shooting the breeze, then yeah, please subscribe to my channel, tell your friends. I love it. It's fun here, and I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.